Hey guys, Josh from SoccerReviewsForYou.com, bringing you the What's in My Soccer Bag video for the month of August 2015. Now for those that are unfamiliar with this series, this is where I go through and highlight all of the best products that I found myself using throughout the previous month. I do this by filling up an entire soccer bag with apparel, equipment, as well as footwear. These are all items that I thought were worthy of being highlighted, but not necessarily products that I carry around and wore all at the same time, so please keep that in mind. Now, of course, all of the items that you see in today's video, you can purchase for yourself by clicking the very first link down below in the description of this video. That'll take you to the What's in My Soccer Bag page on my website, where you'll find buy it now links for all of these items, along with exclusive SR4U coupon codes, where you'll be able to pick them up at a slightly discounted price. So again, if you see an item that you're interested in today's video, click the first link down below. It'll take you to a page with buy it now links for everything. And with that being said, let's get into the What's in My Soccer Bag video for August 2015. Alright, so for the month of August, I actually did end up picking up a new bag. This is the Under Armour Undeniable Size Large Duffel Bag. It's available in a couple different colors. Retail price is $55 US. I have it here in royal blue and gray. And what I like about this bag is, one, it's big, so it holds everything you could possibly want it to. Huge center compartment. It's got side pockets. It's got a front pocket. It's got internal pockets. It's got all the straps you could need. And it's made from a really nice kind of high quality durable nylon material. Plus, it has some really heavy duty zippers. So lots to like with this particular bag. A little bit pricey, but you really are getting what you pay for here. So obviously everyone's here to see what is inside the bag. So we'll move this out of the way, and we'll take a closer look at what I actually was carrying around. So first item that I have here is something I've been using for quite a while now. These are the Storelli Body Shield Slider Shorts. For those that watch the series regularly, you're familiar with these. They retail for $54 US. They are soccer-specific compression shorts. Really good compression shorts, which I feel are a necessity for any sports, not just soccer. Plus, you get the added benefit of the pour-on foam built into the direct side of the legs. That adds a lot of extra padding with pretty much no extra bulk. So if you're looking for some really good soccer-specific compression shorts, I can very strongly recommend those. Next, for a training top, I have the Nike GPX Training Top 2. And what's cool about this is, one, it's a Nike training top made from a nice thin dry fit material, and two, it looks really cool. So this is the dark gray and orange color. So obviously it does have a dark gray color scheme on the front, pretty plain actually. You have the orange embroidered Nike swoosh, orange on the sides of the sleeves as well as a little bit at the collar, but on the back you're going to notice that it does actually have the Hypervenom Phantom 2 string bag design, which I thought was really cool. So if you've seen the string bag on a pair of Hypervenom Phantom 2s, or the string bag that they come with, you can see that is here across the back. It's a nice kind of ventilated mesh material, and again, it's just a really nice training top. It is fairly pricey though, $50 US, but again, I think it looks pretty cool and the quality is definitely there. So fold this up, put it to the side so we can move on. The next item that I have is, of course, a pair of shorts, and these are what I think are the weirdest shorts of all time. These are the brand new Adidas AC Milan third shorts. So as you can see, very unusual if you haven't seen these before. It starts off at the top as kind of like a darker green color, and then has this really interesting fade design where you have a lime green, a reddish orange, some blue in the middle, then it fades back to green and then to a very bright yellow color. And of course you have the yellow stripes going down the side as well. Your AC Milan logo with the 1 star on the one leg, and on the back you're going to find the Adidas logo embroidered in green. So really unusual shorts. These are actually their game shorts, which I think are pretty cool. It reminds me of a bathing suit. I don't dislike how they look. I just think they're a little bit unusual, which is kind of the main reason why I picked them up. It's a nice lightweight Climalite material, and it is the authentic shorts, which is why they bear the $45 retail price. So again, a little bit pricey, but that's kind of what you can expect for authentic product, and nonetheless a really cool piece of apparel to have if you just want something that is particularly unique, and that is definitely what those are. For when it cooled off a little bit, and there were some cooler days, especially when you are playing at night, I picked up this guy right here. This is the Arsenal Fleece Training Top by Puma. This is their new one. Really like the color scheme, black fleece, which is fairly common, but it has the gold accents in the form of the branding on the front, the Arsenal logo, the Puma crest, and then you actually have gold zippers. So it does have a quarter zip right here. Nice little collar. You have these pockets on the front that I think look cool but aren't really super usable. I guess if you were sitting on the sidelines or something like that, or standing around, you could slide your hands inside right there around your kind of chest belly area, and it would keep you a little bit warmer because it is a nice soft fleece material. And on the back, for the most part, it's pretty much left completely blank. You do have the Puma logos embroidered on either sleeve as well, which is really nice. And it's actually a fairly reasonable price, $65 US, which isn't cheap, but you can expect to pay a lot more, especially from other brands, Nike and Adidas, for similar types of apparel. So for 65 bucks, if you're an Arsenal fan and you like Puma stuff, that is definitely something to consider because I think it looks pretty cool. You can wear it for soccer and you can wear it casually as well when it is a little bit cooler outside. As far as pants go, I actually picked up these guys right here, which is a new product from Nike. These are the Nike Strike stretch tech pants, and what's interesting about these is they are kind of soccer specific, and then they do have that taper as well as the zipper at the bottom, but they're made from this nice kind of stretchy material. So at the top, and the majority of the pant honestly is just made from a thinner dry fit material, as you would expect from Nike. It does have the zipper pockets at the top. This is a black on black color. There are black with kind of accent colors available as well, something a little bit brighter. I believe there's like black and red, black and volt, stuff like that. But at the bottom where it tapers, the back of the back half of the actual taper part is this elasticated material, so it's going to hug your calves and kind of ankle area a little bit more snug than a soccer pant normally would, but they're elasticated, so you get that nice kind of compression feel, and it's really just as much bulk out of the way as possible while still maintaining the warmth of a pair of pants. So really big fan of these. They fit extremely well, and they're comfortable to play in, which is at the end of the day probably the most important thing. Those guys retail for $65 US, just like the top. And again, if you're looking for some really good soccer pants, I think that those are well worth the money. Moving on to the next item inside the bag, we have to, of course, talk about socks. For practice, I ended up using these quite a bit. These are the Under Armour Undeniable Crew socks. They retail for $12 US, which is pretty affordable. These are them right here. It's a crew sock length, so obviously something that you would just wear for practice. It's got a nice padded footbed area. They are labeled left and right, even though they aren't actually left and right foot. You have some padding and kind of a little bit more of a tighter fit going through the middle of the foot. And you have this cool kind of arrow-like design going across the back with the Under Armour logo. Lots of colors available. The ones I have here are orange and black, as you can very clearly see. And they're just nice socks, especially for the $12 price tag. So I'll put that over to the side. And then, of course, True Socks, another piece of equipment that I pretty much use all the time. Not so much when I'm testing stuff, but when I know that I want kind of the most responsive feel possible, I always go for a pair of True Socks. It's a sock that has these little grips on the inside and outside of the sock that grip your foot as well as the inside of the shoe and kind of help to eliminate any unnecessary slippage. It really does make for that much more of a responsive feel. People who have tried them out definitely will tell you that they do make a significant difference, although they are priced slightly high at $40 US. But if you have that $40 to spend on a pair of socks, that truly will improve the way your shoes feel and kind of eliminate any kind of unnecessary slippage on your shoes. True Socks is really the only product that can do that for you. So $40 US, True Socks, something I use pretty frequently. Next, we have, of course, shin guard products. This is something that, again, I've been using Storelli shin guard sleeves for quite some time. This is one of their newer products. This is the Storelli Body Shield leg sleeve, and essentially what this is a sleeve for your shin guards with built-in padding on the lateral side of the calf, pour-on padding similar to the slider shorts that I just showed you guys. Plus they have a nice kind of built-in pocket for your shin guards right on the front, so they slide in that pocket. They don't have to sit directly against your leg, and it's actually a nice compression material. It's washable, machine washable, and you actually have these kind of rubberized coating on the inside of the elastics at the top and bottom to help hold them in place. They really do a good job of staying in place once you put them on. Hold your shin guards without the need for tape. Plus you get that added protection. It's a $30 product, which is fairly inexpensive, and they last pretty much forever. I've been using the same pair for well over a year now and haven't had any issues at all. So I'll put these right here and move on to the next item, which of course are the shin guards themselves. Again, something I've been using for quite some time now. These are C6 Agility carbon fiber shin guards. They're the best of the best as far as shin guards products go, in my opinion. Made from super high grade carbon fiber, extremely thin, very strong, extremely lightweight, and really, like I said, best of the best in every single category. Retail price is $135 US, so they are not cheap, but they are the last pair of shin guards that you will ever need to buy. So again, if you're looking for the best of the best in terms of shin guard products, C6 Agility, you absolutely cannot go wrong. So we'll put that right there to the side. As far as a soccer ball is concerned, because obviously you need one of those if you're going to be filling up or going to play soccer, you need a ball. So this is the Nike Ortem 3. Same ball that I used last month. This, of course, is the EPL coloring as opposed to the generic white and orange one. Nothing new has really come out as far as soccer balls over the last month or so, so I kind of just continued on with the Ordum 3. Big fan of how this ball looks, which is why I'm featuring it again this month. And again, if you're looking for a top quality soccer ball and you have $150 to spend, this is definitely one of those ones that I can strongly recommend. It's not necessarily better or worse than what you're going to get from Adidas or any other top end $150 soccer ball. They're all pretty good when you're spending that amount of money, but I really like the Ordum 3, and like I said, it's definitely a high-end ball that I can recommend. Some of the best in terms of build quality, durability, and as well as performance. So put that over to the side and move on to the next item in my bag, which is actually a pair of trainers. Now these are the Nike Lunar Tempo trainers. They retail for $110 US, and I like these for a couple different reasons. First reason, and main reason why I really picked them up, if I'm completely honest with you guys, is I just really like how it looks. Big fan of this particular colorway. It's white and black. On the upper, you have some blue in the form of the flywire that's kind of peeking through the sides, and then of course orange on the sole. Really like that kind of engineered knitted look. It's not fly knit, although it does kind of look like it. Just really clean looking shoe in my opinion, very simple, which I always am a big fan of. Plus, it's just a really comfortable shoe. This is more of a straight up runner as opposed to a trainer, so it's not something you're going to want to run suicides in or anything like that. And you're going to notice on the bottom it does have minimal amounts of rubber as well. But what they do provide is a very lightweight, flexible, and cushioned ride. So you do have a full Lunar Lawn outsole. This is actually taken from the Lunar Racer, which is what this shoe kind of replaces. And I'm just a big fan of how it feels. Like, you get that nice locked-in sensation because of the flywire through the midfoot. They're nice and flexible. They're nice and lightweight in that the upper is kind of just a nice thin mesh material. And like I said, the cushioning you get from the Lunar Lawn sole is really good, considering how light, how thin, and how flexible this shoe actually is. So if you're looking for a good pair of runners that are on the lighter side but don't necessarily lack underfoot cushioning like you might find from the Nike Free line, the Nike Lunar Tempo for the $110 is definitely a shoe that I would strongly consider. So we'll put that right there and move on to, of course, soccer cleats. I have 3 pairs picked out this month. A lot of leather releases, so you're going to notice that all 3 shoes that I picked are actually leather, and the first pair that I picked are these guys right here. This is a shoe that I've been waiting for, and a lot of people who are kind of soccer cleat enthusiasts have been waiting for quite some time. These are the TechCraft K-Leather Nike Mercurial Vapor 10s. Leather Vapor 10s have been kind of something that we thought would never happen, but it finally has. And the end result is actually something that was a lot better, or is a lot better than I was personally expecting. The leather is thin. It's definitely not like the Legend 5, which is my personal favorite shoe, but it's kind of what I expected it to be in terms of what I would hope that a leather vapor would be, in that it's a nice thin upper, so you're still maintaining that kind of barefoot feel that you would expect from a Mercurial model, but at the same time the leather is soft. It provides that slightly cushioned sensation, and it just feels a little bit more natural than the thin synthetic that this shoe would normally come with. Again, not necessarily better or worse than a standard pair of Vapor 10s. I would say that if you really want that true barefoot feel, go for the regular Vapor 10 over the TechCraft model. But if you want something that's going to be the thinnest possible, lightest possible leather shoe that you can get, then this TechCraft Vapor definitely may be something to consider. Still not a huge fan of the color itself, but nonetheless, they do feel and perform really well, which is kind of what matters at the end of the day. Next, we actually have another pair of shoes from the TechCraft pack. I'm personally a huge fan of the Magista Opus, and the actual TechCraft Magista Opus has not disappointed as well. It's essentially just a standard Opus with an extra layer of leather on top, all the black area that you see right here. And it does impact the shoe, not necessarily in a major way, but you do get that slight bit of extra cushioning and a slightly softer feel on the ball that you wouldn't otherwise have with a standard Opus that just feels a little bit thinner. I'm a big fan of how these feel. They do remind me slightly of the Legend 5, which is probably why I like them so much. But if you're a fan of the Magista line or the CTR 360 line, and you want something that maybe feels a little bit closer to what you got from the CTR 360 Maestri 3, the TechCraft Magista Opus definitely may be something to look at. So put that to the side. And finally, we have these guys right here. These are the Umbro Speciali Eternals. This is a shoe that definitely has not seen very much attention at all, and for good reason. It's nothing that is particularly outrageous. It's kind of a remade classic Umbro model, all kangaroo leather, really soft, or all high quality leather, I should say. Kind of fold over flap tongue, really traditional stud pattern. Like I said, nothing that we haven't seen before, essentially an Umbro Copa, if you will. But this is the type of shoe that honestly I don't get to wear all that much, and when I do get the opportunity to, it's something that I really enjoy doing. It's just kind of unusual in comparison to the average modern soccer cleat, I guess is the best way to put it. So something like this, I really enjoy wearing. I'm a big fan of more traditionally styled leather shoes, which is probably why I like these things so much. Certainly not for everybody, especially the younger generation, but if you do have access to these, because they're not necessarily widely available anywhere, definitely one of those shoes that you may want to consider if you want something that's just clean, simple, and classic, to be quite frank. So that is pretty much it for what I carried around for August 2015. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Again, if you're interested in any of the products that you saw in today's video, be sure to click the very first link down below in the description. That'll take you to the What's in My Soccer Bag page on my website, where you'll find buy it now links for all of these items, along with exclusive SR4U coupon codes, where you'll be able to pick them up at a slightly discounted price. So again, if you're interested in anything, first link down below, go ahead and check it out. If you have any questions at all, be sure to leave them down below in the comment section. I definitely will get an answer out to you. If you enjoy this series, want to continue seeing it happen on a monthly basis, be sure to support it with a like. Subscribe if you haven't already for daily videos on all the latest and greatest soccer gear. You can find all my social media information down below in the description as well. And other than that, guys, hope you enjoyed today's video. And as always, thanks for watching.